just about as structurally sound as it gets.
Let's sneak up on him.
This is 4th time's a charm.
Take 43.
Take 43.
Here we go. We're gonna talk about those strikers. Want to see some strikers? Yeah. That's every bit, if not stronger, than what the Boxster was originally, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Wait, let's play with it. Now I want to have fun like a little kid. Here. Yes. Oh, look at that. What's up, people? We're back with the Lykan Hypersport build with Genius Garage, and there's a lot of fun things going on. And by fun, I mean tedious and difficult and a total engineering pain in the butt, but it's gonna be worth it. So come on, let's see what's up. Okay, there's the car. There's Tyler, he's going nuts. You're working on the hinge, right? Yes. We're coming back to you. Over here is where the real magic and absurdity and tedious, disgusting, dirty work. Come around over here so you can see. So Dan, presumably, is taking the old fiberglass inner piece of the frunk, which took a lot of hits when this was the stunt car in the Fast and the Furious. Now, he is doing a wet layup with some carbon fiber sheet that I had. We showed that, I think, last week in the video. Yep. And you're using, what, an epoxy resin?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so tell us about this.
The carbon, we decided that we should use carbon for our stiffening.
Right.
The main thing here is that we are adding a ton of stiffness to this panel so that when we bond it onto the hood, it doesn't flop like crap.
Yeah, indeed. Well, and the other thing is when this is bonded to the hood, you're creating a box section.
Right.
So this being bonded on there will be very strong.
Exactly.
And frankly, you won't see anything in there. I see that you went to pretty good lengths at getting as much resin out as you reasonably could without vacuum bagging it. But generally this was a fast layup type thing. So, okay, that's pretty reasonable. So, but it probably bugged you that this isn't a very pretty piece, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, but we can refinish a lot of the areas where you're gonna see it when the hood's open.
Okay.
So it should look nice.
So tell me what's going on with this hood. Why are you putting a carbon strip on this? All right, so why does this hood have carbon strips?
Just to add lots more rigidity. These are where we have some nice big channels, and adding more material here kind of increases our rigidity against bending when it's being lifted up and down.
Makes total sense. And you left all this alone because that's where the whole center section is going to be bonded and make that stiff.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So are you going with just this single layer of the thicker carbon fiber weave?
I think that's good. It is a pretty thick carbon fiber layer, so I don't think that we have to go crazy with a second layer. This should be plenty strong.
So this is basically that realm of engineering where you're flying by the seat of your pants and going after the rigidity that you need by feel.
Yep.
Understood. Understood. So now if you got to make this piece originally from the mold, this is in no way the way you would have done it.
Exactly. It would be vacuum formed carbon, and it would be very beautiful.
Well, right. And this is going to still end up being very beautiful and reasonably light. It's just that you've got to take something that was initially intended to be a really pretty stunt car,
and make it
better.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes total sense.
Exactly.
So you're just waiting for this to cure now.
Yep.
Okay, but you're working on the doors. So what's going on with them?
All right. So on the doors, so we're kind of figuring out where we need everything to go. I have the window regulator over in the other room, but we have latch placement going on right now, and Tyler's also working on that. We are working on stiffening areas of the door where it's weak right now.
Is this really where he put the latch?
Yes.
Or is it up higher?
It's right here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. Let's look at that.
Sure.
So this is where it's going to cut out for the striker.
Yep. We are going to use the stock Porsche Boxster latch because it has electronic locking and unlocking, and then interior and exterior handles, which of course we'd like.
Right.
So.
And if you need any extra parts, you can rob it off of my Boxster project car. I'm not going to use them.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, there's other places where these are not bonded well and they're coming apart, right?
Yeah. So
what's up with that?
So again, as a stunt car, this was kind of a quick and dirty job. So we're going to have our work kind of cut out for us, making it stiff enough to be a nice functional door, a well-finished product.
So you're talking about side impact type stuff?
Side impact, and just for when it's up on the hinges, it needs to be supported really well.
Now this will bolt to a steel plate, presumably inside the door as well.
We'll have a steel plate inside the door.
Okay, so then that steel plate will have to come down, and then you'll have your side impact protection that also goes back to the hinges.
The actual mounting point for the hinges, correct.
Okay, okay. Now, are you looking forward to or kind of freaked out by engineering the windows going up and down with all this malarkey?
It's a bit of both. I think it'll be very interesting to work on that, but it's going to be tedious.
Right. And now today is the, what, the 11th?
Yes.
10th is the 10th. And we're hoping to be at Mid-Ohio in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. So the Corvette's going testing at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, assuming they find enough people to fill up their testing day. That was a concern. We're going to test that. And we said that we want to test this in June, and that's really our only opportunity.
Right.
So do you think we can do it?
I think we can.
Okay. All right. So how is this going right now? Reasonably?
Yeah. Yes. it's good.
So the biggest thing right now is getting this perfectly positioned to cut
Right.
out on the car.
Exactly.
And then you guys start working out about
Adding
the steel
bracing
interstructure.
inside and making sure that we can get a window mounted and everything.
Okay, I do
And
see a little
fixing
separation.
a lot of separation that's happening around the seams here.
You'll probably do that later on this one.
Right.
But-
The other one needs it immediately. I have it down here, and I can show that.
You want to show that?
Yeah. So this door didn't stay together on the jumps, so it's got a lot of separation issues, especially right here, up at the top.
Oh wow,
So
look at that.
we're going to be probably doing more of our carbon inside here, and then using resin
Oh, I
on the
see.
seams to help.
Okay, you're going to bond this back together and then use carbon in this area.
Right.
Okay, understood.
And then using filler to fix all the contours. But
Do you think you'll back any of the other of these composite parts with carbon?
I think it's a good idea.
Where are you thinking? It
Like-
seams?
Yep.
Okay.
On the seams and anywhere it's going to see a lot of stress.
Okay, fair enough. I think it'll be pretty good otherwise,
Yeah,
though.
right.
What are you guys doing regarding mirrors?
We actually have a set being sent over right now, which we're going to try to duplicate.
Actually, there's only one.
Only one, right. So, right. We're going to have to make mirrors that look like the stock Lykan Hypersport mirrors.
In the meantime, do you think you use the Boxster guts, or are we going to make a whole thing?
I think that would give us a lot of work that doesn't have a lot of payoff, because
Okay.
we're going to have to work on the door to get that modified and then
Okay, I get it.
modify it for the stock ones.
But in the meantime, for testing, we don't really need mirrors.
Right.
Okay. Okay. All right, I will go see what Tyler's over there looking like. Hey, man. Okay. Anything else, Dan?
I think that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna go see. Tyler!
How's it going?
I'm fine, man. How goes your plate?
It's going pretty good. Right now I'm working on getting the strikers for the doors, which that one is finished over there.
You wanna go look at it?
Yeah, let's go look
Okay.
at it. This is fourth time's the charm.
Take 43.
Take 43.
Here we go. We're gonna talk about those strikers. Want to see some strikers? Yeah.
All right, so on this side we have one of the finished strikers. I have built a plate that fits behind the fiberglass here that fits flush mounted, and it's gusseted up
Steel.
to the steel
Yep.
plates. Yeah, this is 14 gauge steel. That's the same thickness as everything
Underneath
else is
here.
on the body under here. Yep.
That's why this is now just rock solid.
Yeah,
And it's
the
not
whole
even
body is
bonded yet.
constrained. Nothing's bonded yet.
So this fiberglass, this composite part of the Lykan bodywork is now just sandwiched between this striker latch plate and the part that's attached to the chassis.
Correct. Yeah, there's no bonding right now. Everything is mechanically held in place by fasteners.
And
So
you made that plate area be this whole area here, so this
Yep.
whole area can bond.
the whole area is bonded to can be bonded to the back of this.
and
here.
it's like
And-
gusseted or buttressed underneath.
yeah, if you want to come look at it, you can see some of the buttresses back behind the
Okay.
fiberglass here.
Yeah, just
so-
down here, the steel pieces there. Oh, here's the top part. Okay.
But yeah, so this whole thing is buttressed into the side of the car here, so we can take the abuse of many door closings over and over.
that is insane. That's every bit, if not stronger, than what the Boxster was originally, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
The Boxster was held on by like 2 spot welds and a little bit of adhesive, and now it's held on by some beefy welds and 14 gauge steel.
Okay.
So
And you're not really adding too much weight. You need that structure for the safety aspect.
yeah, for the safety.
Not to mention that, but the nature of any side impact that's going on related to
Correct,
it.
correct.
Okay, so now that that is fixated in place, where does your what are you planning next for the stage of building the door and structure?
So the next thing is I'm going to be working with Dan to work the inside structure of the door, and with the inside structure of the door, we're going to develop at the same time how the hinges go in, and I can show you the hinges on the back of the
Yeah,
car
let's see
here.
them. You got the one for the right side?
Yep.
Okay.
So here are the hinges we ordered from, actually this is from a company who built these for an old Siemens car.
Making like
So-
scissor doors or something.
Yeah, making scissor doors
So
for,
these are kind of like a universal aftermarket one, but these
Yep.
are the best quality in the market.
these were the best quality that we could get our hands on, yes.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the trouble is you've got it where it swings out, but also up, and it
Correct.
does it kind of in 2 stages.
Correct.
But the difficulty for the Lykan is we're not trying to make like a Lambo door. This comes out a lot more.
Correct. So the doors on the Lykan come out a lot further than they go up.
Yes.
These hinges are set to come out 6 or 7 inches just to disconnect from the initial striker, and then they go straight up.
So it does kind of the opposite of the same thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to have to modify these a little bit to make them closer to the Lykan door
It
hinges.
would seem when this swings out,
Here you go.
better. Okay, and then up.
Yep.
Ooh, that one's kind of tight.
This one's a little sticky. Yep.
When this swings up, there's a set screw right here to stop it. So what we'll have to do is weld more material and metal on right there. I want your hand. You good?
There you go.
More here so it stops earlier. The other thing is these are the set screws for how much it comes out.
Yeah.
these will likely have to be completely removed, and this flange and a whole nother thing so it can swing out more.
Correct, yeah.
But that'll still work, won't it? There's no
Yeah, it'll
reason
still
why.
work. There's no reason that it shouldn't work.
Okay.
And this is going to get mounted straight to the frame structure that we have built for the roof of the car.
I feel pretty good about this. This is beefy enough to be safe in every way.
For sure. These are extremely beefy.
Let's see how you're going to mount it. You going to show on this one?
Sure, yeah.
Josh, you want to go to the other side and look through the driver's side door? All right. Now you sure that this is the one for the right side?
This is the one for the right side.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is across these two pieces here that are
Mostly
rigidly
this one, though,
mounted
right?
to the body, mostly that one because
Okay.
it's flush.
You want a hand
This
here?
panel is going to go. It's going to go in somewhere around that area
okay.
here, and this arm is going to come through the fiberglass on the
Looks
flat
like it's going
part
to
on
have
the
to
other
come
side.
aft more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hardly see it from the angle that I'm at.
That's
but,
okay, you're doing well.
But yeah, so this arm is going to come through the flat side of the fiberglass on the back side of this door here.
Okay. So the door jamb in the rear, this has to be cut out in the same exact way that the Hypersports are, the original ones.
So the original Lykan Hypersports, actually, if you want to come over here and look at it, the original Lykan Hypersport has almost this entire area is cut out for a provision for the hinge to swing up and down, which we're going to need with
And
these
not only
hinges.
that, but the pneumatic struts to
Yeah,
hold
the
them
big
up.
old gas struts. It's got one large gas strut that gets mounted down on the frame, and
Right.
it comes up and out to mount to one of these.
Okay,
hinges,
that's good.
depending on where we need to mount it to.
So this is what you're all over, like Snake on a Monkey now, because this is
Yep.
going to be our biggest hang up with getting to be able to test on the 24th.
This is going to be the most difficult part. Yes.
Okay, okay. And I see you guys were making bonding points. You made these. What are these?
So these pieces here, we've made 9 or 10 of them, and what these are bonding points for the roof skin, because we don't want to put fasteners through the roof skin because they're going to be visible. So we have to be able to unbolt it and bolt it though, so it's maintenanceable. What we're doing instead is giving the one stud here a nice big bonding surface so we can properly panel bond this to the roof skin, and then we
Understood.
can bolt it through the top.
Makes a lot of sense. And then here is your other striker point
Yes.
for the other one. Show them
So-
what you got here.
So this is, I actually scavenged off of the old Boxster. This is the original striker capture plate that allows for some adjustment in the hinge here, so it allows us to fine tune where the hinge
So now this
actually
part that
goes.
you cut out and buzzed, that was part of the car body.
This was part of the car body, yeah. So this was actually, it was just stud welded into place on the body, and then it had a couple of flanges that came off with some adhesive on it.
Okay.
So this before was just kind of bonded on, and I managed to cut them off, and this is what is welded into my existing plate right now. So we can get about a 1/4 inch of adjustability in the latches there.
So as of right now, you have the ability to mount that striker plate over there autonomously without Dan, just
Yes.
making sure that it's in
Yes.
the right position. How long do you think that'll take you to do on the other side?
To do on the other side, I've already done the hardest part, which was getting the initial plate to fit behind the fiberglass and make it fit flush and everything still be where it needs to be.
You already did that on the other side?
I already did that on the other
Oh,
side.
really?
So now it's just a matter of building gussets so that it's nice and strong, and then putting this through and doing all the measurements to make sure both
So
sides
today?
are perfectly symmetrical. So today, it'll
Okay.
be done.
So then when you're finished with that, is your next stage basically to come over here and start helping Dan?
Yes, because we're going to need to do some sort of steel structure in the doors for, crash safety and for rigidity of opening and closing, because
Right.
right now they're just a fiberglass skin. So I'm going to go over and help Dan, and we're going to build some sort of steel structure in the doors so we can start talking about how to mount the hinges and make everything work together.
Right, and you got to be mindful, of course, so there's still room for your window and everything that needs to go in there.
because we're going to try
Hinges too.
We're going to maintain all the stock functions that were in the Boxster, all of the mechanical windows, the latches, the buttons,
same thing
and
with the
everything.
Lykan.
So yeah, same thing with the Lykan. So it's so we've got to make sure that we have all the space in there for all of that as well.
Okay. What freaks you out the most about doing that, or you think it's going to be a pain in the butt?
I think the hardest thing about it is going to be building the structure in the doors to not interfere with anything that's existing, and then getting the sweep of the doors to be just how we want them to.
I think the sweep will be reasonably easy.
It's just going to be a lot of fiddling.
Right. The other
It's-
concern
yeah.
you have to make is when you go to fit this, that we'll have the full sweep, and you don't have to cut this out too far.
Correct.
We don't want to cut it out like all the way to this. You want to
Yeah.
have some room. So in doing that, you kind of need to have the hinge almost out about as far as it can, so it doesn't come
Well,
in.
and that's the purpose of this big sweeping arm too, is so we can take it up and over the fiberglass body without it actually contacting. That's why they're shaped.
Yeah, I see your point in
Yeah.
that regard, but it still has to come out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah, of
mean?
course.
And if you
Yep.
sink it back in, it comes out and
Yeah.
hits it
Yep.
quicker than if it's like this. Okay. All right.
All right.
So the rest is reasonably smooth sailing. They've got the hinge done and all. You show us the nose. How would you do in there?
So the nose is actually fully mounted right now. How it's going to be on the car. So it is just about as structurally sound as it gets. We were actually able to use the stock Boxster mounting points for the hood, or for the nose section here.
Yeah, they probably designed it that way.
There are some L brackets that sit underneath the fiberglass here that I was able to weld studs to and tie directly into.
And I see you built this entire steel structure here, both
Yes.
to support these hinges for the frunk, as well as supporting the composite structure here.
Yep, so we were able to bolt the composite structure into our hinge brackets here and make them all work as one piece, which is nice and stiff and sturdy as well.
And as a note for our viewers, this area that's cut out here that looks like it has maximum jank, the reason being is on the stunt car, there are a number of things that are added after the fact. Like, for instance, these are fiberglass shaped headlights. Obviously, that's not the way the Lykan is. These are going to have to be cut out. This area here had to be cut out because they added another block. And they also added blocks here. So the things utilized just to assemble it as a stunt car, we've had to get rid of and then basically smooth out and make correct to build it into a real car.
Correct. There used to be, they were kind of like these stud towers here that were used to bolt the skin of the body to the actual frame that was in the car before.
Oh, yeah.
And so they interfered with the hood and it wouldn't close correctly. So we cut them out, but what we're going to do is re-glass over these to make these a nice, even, smooth looking bevel rather than what they look like
Right, and you
now.
can finish it off real nice and if it's flush.
Yep.
And then the lower S section, how does that bolt onto the car? Were there stock positions or?
So there actually really weren't any solid mounted bolts on the bottom of the car when the bumper was originally created. It had a plastic fairing that went across the bottom that tied into the rest of the plastic fairing that went underneath the car. So what I did is there were existing holes actually in the frame rails that run down the center of the car right here. And all I did was I ran bolts through those existing holes. We weren't drilling any extra holes. Ran bolts through those existing holes, and then I built brackets that came off the front that bolt to the underside of the fiberglass.
And as a note, our Boxster, being naturally aspirated, just had the 2 radiators with the air conditioning radiators here. But the addition that Porsche sells is the 3rd radiator.
Correct.
Which I believe they use in the Hypersport and we will upgrade to later. So that we still have room for doing a 3rd radiator
Plenty
there.
of space for the 3rd radiator under there, yeah.
Now, are we going to do what we talked about regarding the carbon fiber splitter and the side underpants to make it a little slipperier and a little more downforce?
Yeah, I think we can definitely do that.
Okay. As a note, you guys, we're probably going to do a carbon fiber splitter off the bottom to smooth out the airflow at the bottom of the car, which will come out a bit here. It'll be bare carbon fiber, very beautiful, like this. Just trim up the arrow of the Lykan a little bit on the nose and how it initially flows underneath. And frankly, it'll look pretty cool too.
Yeah.
On the track. Yeah. Okay. Should I go find FNG?
Yeah, go see what his prototype of the day is.
All right, good job, man. I'll see you in a minute. Hey, FNG! He flexing over here. What are you doing up in the office all by yourself?
I am soldering LEDs at the moment.
Ooh, you cleaned up the place.
Yes, I cleaned up. I'm soldering LEDs.
Why are you soldering LEDs?
Because this is the final prototype for the taillight, and we are going
Did you
to be
just
printing.
get this wire?
Yeah, this came with it.
Oh, it came with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
But yes, this is the final prototype pieces that fit really nicely in the Lykan. I like the way they worked in there. And now I am.
So is your
making-
final prototype left tail light? Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's taped together in the middle because you had to build it in 2 pieces and then it'll be bonded together.
Yep.
Is that right? And do you want to show them these are red tail lights?
Yes.
Have you tested them?
Yeah, the red are all in there. I can.
Can we test this?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Now, right now it's not too
You want
bright.
me to put here? I'll put the battery up here. Is that helpful? Where do you want it?
Anywhere's good.
Okay.
Anywhere it is on top of LEDs. But yeah, at the moment, it's not super bright because all the insides are black, so it kind of likes absorbing the light.
But it's got some go to it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I can roll.
Adding a little bit more on like that
Okay,
this
take it
corner.
off. Now, those are going to be tail lights, but how are you going to differentiate between tail lights and brake lights?
These are dimmable LEDs. We
They
just
are?
need to figure out how to use the different signals from
We need
that.
2-stage.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to... That was full 12 volts. So that'd effectively be brake lights, right?
Yes.
So you're going to figure out a way for the tail light signal to it to be... You're going to have a resistor in it or something?
Most likely. I'm not super adept with electronics. I'd probably find someone else to give me advice on that. I'll just be honest, but I
Fair
know
enough.
they're dimmable, so...
Do you think they're bright enough right now? Here, go again. I want to see them.
Yeah. Right now,
It's kind of bright, yeah.
yeah, like when you stare at them, they're pretty bright in there. But I do want to add another strip right there because I don't think that corner is going to be bright enough. But
Oh, I
other
see.
than that, like,
Okay.
yeah, once we get them in there, once we get some reflective tape or something on these walls, I think it'll really brighten it up more.
Okay, cool. And then what about in here? Do you have amber ones?
Yes, I have amber ones right here. If you'd like, I can.
What do you have, a roll of red and a roll of amber?
Yep.
Which one's which? How do you know?
That's the red. I know because it has less on it. And the amber is actually underneath this right now. But yeah, the
Okay.
amber is going to be in here. Of course, it's not really in there. I just got started on the amber ones, but
You're just going to go one strip down each. Okay, that's bright. That's
Yeah.
bright turn signal.
yeah. Amber's bright. I think seeing how bright these are, I'm probably just going to go one down each. But if we need more, I can also double back.
Wait, let's play with it. Now I want to have fun like a little kid. Here, I'll do the brake lights. You do the turn signals.
All right.
But you got to flash them so they look cool.
All right.
Oh, boom. Yes.
Got a stoplight.
Well, who's using their brakes? Oh, it's upside down. It's not cool.
No.
It's not cool. The trolls are going to hate us.
Turn it back over.
There's people in Dubai watching this, dude. Okay. Yes. Oh, look at that. All right, well done, man. This is a good, and this is your final prototype.
Yes, we're going to be printing the final versions out of ABS instead of PLA, just more temperature and chemical resistant than PLA, so...
When are you
hold
going
up
to
better.
laser cut out your lenses?
Probably right after the first prototype's done, make sure that 100% fits well, which I'm very confident in considering how well this fits, and it's the same exact piece. But we're going to print that prototype, make sure it fits 100% well, get it to fit 100% well, I'm so used to printing things. We're going to cut the acrylic on the laser, and actually the laser can actually add a nice smooth finish to the bottom to
Really?
make it opaque. Yeah.
Oh, you can program it to do that?
Yep.
It won't do any weird burn stuff?
No, we're going to test it before on a
Why don't you
scrap
just
piece.
sandblast the bottom of it?
I mean, we could sandblast if you want to do that, but
Okay.
if the laser can do it, we can just chuck it in there once and then it's done.
Yeah, but sometimes there's things that things like lasers can't do if you want to be subtle and really pretty.
Okay. Yeah, we could sand it if you want.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
we'll cut those out, install those in, and then we'll get to see it, and it's...
will we
it's
have
perfect.
functioning tail lights for a Mid-Ohio test in 2 weeks?
2 weeks? Yeah, we should be able to.
Okay. You know, you just told that to thousands of people, right?
I know, yeah. I'm feeling a little nervous, but I feel really confident in this prototype with how well it fits. And as long as we're able to print the ABS and it goes really smoothly, it should only take about 5 days to print each tail light, which should give us enough time.
Okay. Nice. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Let's sneak up on them.
See if the weather stripping fits. Because this is as far close as it can go.
Yeah.
We're sneaking up on you.
Hey, what's up?
Howdy.
I'm creeping.
Did you see what
Okay.
what we did
like-
to you in the Boxster video? Did you read the comments?
Were you poking out of the window?
Me and a few others were poking through the window.
Were you making funny faces and gestures?
I was making a regular face, man. If it was funny, I can't help it.
His face is always funny.
Yeah. It's kind of sad.
Are we going to be in Mid-Ohio in 2 weeks with this thing?
I hope so.
We better be.
Okay. You guys happy with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to say to everybody out there for watching?
More things coming up.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Also, this channel just hit 100,000 subscribers, or is about
Congrats.
to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There you go. Cool. Thank you, 100,000 people.
It's fun to have him here on the journey. Anyway,
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this update for the Lykan Hypersport build, and we'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and naturally that you will subscribe, but please click that bell so I can continue to bring you wholesome and entertaining automotive content. Also, a huge thanks to Avalon King Ceramic Coating. They're supporting this channel and making this all possible. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to using it on all of my vehicles, including my old dirt bike. Ceramic coating bonds directly to the surface of your paint, trim, and plastics to give a long-lasting shine that beats all waxes. It lasts for years and it's easy to maintain. I've got it on my Viper right now, and my car has never looked this good. So give them a try. Again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to see you next time.